One, two, hi! Hi. Happy Friday. If you're just tuning in, thanks for tuning in. It's me, Maria Quiban. We're here in the newsroom of the Fox 11 Los Angeles Bureau. You can call it a bureau. Anyway, it's kind of a behind-the-scenes look at what we do here on a regular basis. And I know it's been a while for those of you who haven't tuned in a long time or have tried to. It's been a couple of weeks since we've had our last hangout, so sorry. But we're here. Today we're going to hang out with Matt Atchity from RottenTomatoes.com. We're going to talk weekend movies. There's a lot of good ones opening this weekend, including Fury, the Book of Life, Birdman with Michael Keaton, and then we'll talk with some of the ones that have opened in the last couple of weeks, like Gone Girl. Anyway, we've got Tony McEwing who's here, who's going to probably say hello here at some point. There he is.
Howdy.
He, as I said, has been very busy because he has his own program now. He's quite the big man. We try not to look at him in the eyes, directly in the eyes. But Tony has a political program that airs every Friday night here on Fox 11 at 10:30. So you should check it out. And if you're not here locally to watch it, you can always stream it on myfoxla.com. Okay, so we have a bunch of friends that are joining us in the Hangout. I've missed you guys. From our friends in the UK, always flank and bookmark all of our friends from all over. We've got Ayub from the UK in Leicester. Carlos is here locally in Orange County. Carlos, you look so good, so handsome.
Yeah, I had to shave. Like,
with your haircut. Yeah, your haircut.
that's why my hair was
Yeah.
tough.
Hector is also here in the Riverside. Where are you? There you are.
Good morning.
John is also from Riverside. We've got Captain from Canada.
Hi.
Stacey from Wilmington, and hailing from Yorkshire in Bradford. If you ever in England, we've got Trev. We still have room for a couple more people, so if you want an invite, just tag me or anyone in the Hangout here. Send me a message, and if you have any questions, just put it in the comments box below, and we'll be sure to answer. Or if we don't have the answer, we'll try to find it. Okay, you guys? Oh, I have to get on the set. I'll be right back.
We need some more ladies. I feel quite outnumbered.
Yeah, I sent the link over to Kia and Cher to see if they can join us.
Nice, yeah, because I have to hop out in a couple minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, all you need to do is, put on your dude outfit again.
I know, I'm telling you. I'm like a hot dude.
That was very cool.
Morning, Jimmy.
Good morning,
It
Tony.
was
Tony.
Ayub.
Hello, Tony. How are you?
Sure, Ayub.
Hey guys.
Morning, good morning.
Tony.
There's Tony.
How are you?
Good.
I'm
Yourself?
fine. How are you?
I'm fine. Busy, but
Good morning.
oh my goodness, so many faces I haven't seen in a while.
Yes.
I see Ayub, I see Carlos, I see Hector, I see Jimmy, I see John, I see Stacy, and I see Trev.
Hello. So, so when did you score your own show then?
Huh?
When did you score your own show? When did you get your own show? When did you?
Gosh, this is the 7th week it's been on.
Wow, nice.
Yeah.
It's been that long since I've seen you.
I don't. Has it been? When was?
It's got to be.
Was I not here the last time we did a hangout? I wasn't, was I?
Well, I wasn't. I just mean me.
You were actually off on that Friday, Tony.
I was off. Yeah, I was on vacation. Yeah, so I wasn't here
He
either.
was in for you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, so Matt Atchity is on the set right now. Is there anything really out this weekend?
The one with Brad Pitt,
Book
Fury,
of Life. Book of Life comes out today.
Blue Light, Stacy, the one that she
Fury comes out today.
We've got over here. I don't know what it is over there, but we've got Turtles coming out today.
Which
So I don't-
Got what?
Turtles.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which is crap.
Oh yeah, the one that was just released this past summer.
Ninja
Yeah.
Turtles?
Yeah, man.
Over in UK.
Is it just getting to the UK?
Tonight. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, basically,
Are you planning on seeing it?
Uh,
Because you don't really, do you really do movies that much, Trev? I mean,
Yeah, but they've got to be ones that. Yeah.
Then I won't spoil it for you by telling you what I've heard.
No,
I'll tell you. I'll tell you what Matt said about it.
Well, he said it wasn't very good.
No, he said it was a 20% view.
Yeah, it was boring, basically.
Oh, it's not good then.
Yeah, basically, Matt said it was boring. He was like contemplating life whilst watching it.
Right. Okay.
Pretty much.
You know, he ranted and raved over Gone Girl, and I wasn't that impressed.
I saw it.
haven't
I
seen
wasn't
it
that
yet.
impressed either. It was good, but not like a big deal good.
Well, you know, and here's what I thought, Jimmy. I thought the first part of it was really good, and then I just thought it became more and more unbelievable,
It
and
got weird.
yeah, it's just like what?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I watched Lucy the other day, and it was if you
What do
take
you think about Lucy? What do you think about that?
if you take the completely incorrect science out of it, and if you ignore that, it's actually a very fun movie.
It was entertaining. It was
It was
entertaining.
very entertaining, but the whole you only use 10% if your brain thing is so old and not accurate that it just ruins it. It ruins the experience.
Yeah, you know, it kind of nah. I saw it and I just thought, great concept, poor execution. That's what I thought.
Mm.
And I thought Morgan Freeman was totally wasted in it.
I agree. Morgan Freeman was.
I mean, he's such a talented guy, and I mean, he could have slept walked through that whole.
I think at times he was.
I agree with you. I mean, honestly, it didn't require him to do much of anything.
It just required him to.
It doesn't have to
I
do
mean,
anything.
all it did was
Morgan
require him to
could've
stand up
gone
and
and
give a couple of speeches.
Morgan could have gone in and talked about penguins and it'd been fine.
That would have been fabulous.
Yeah.
But actually, I think he did better in the Penguins documentary. And we never even saw him.
Yeah.
Honestly, I just thought, you know, I mean, there was really, can you think of one scene in that entire movie that he did that required any range of emotion?
None.
No.
Which one, Lucy?
Yeah.
Lucy, yeah.
No, I haven't seen it. As Ayub said there, the completely just magnitudes out of reality science has put me off it completely.
Yeah, well, you know, a lot of people say the same thing. I mean, did anyone? And this was last year, of course. Gravity. Did anyone see Gravity? I mean,
Yeah, so gravity.
I mean, it was. I mean, the science in Gravity was completely. I mean, it was about as unbelievable as any science fiction movie could be. I mean, none of that could have happened.
I thought that was supposed to be pretty good though. From what I've heard.
There was nothing accurate about it. First, I mean, no.
Well, I mean, as a film, not as a factual.
Oh no, it was well done.
Right.
Oh no, it was a very well done film, and it was very entertaining. It's just the science behind it was completely faulty.
Right.
I mean, first of all, you know, you can't, you know, just even when it opened up, with them repairing the space station or whatever they were supposed to be doing out there, what they were doing, you couldn't do with those gloves.
Oh, okay, right, yeah. No, I hadn't seen it, but.
I don't have a proper chair for you.
Hey, Matt.
Let's take Eloy's chair. Let's take Eloy's
Take
chair.
Eloy's chair.
Yeah, steal Eloy's chair. Eloy doesn't need a chair.
He doesn't do much of anything.
Steal Eloy's chair. Yeah, when Gina he was going to say, "Hey, where's my chair?"
Seeing all you guys.
Going?
Dad, who's there?
Are you going, Stacey?
I am. I gotta go pick up the youngins. John has.
Oh,
Aw.
hi, Stacy.
I know. I do want to stay. I promise, but I have to go get the youngins and deal with John and.
Well, listen, thanks for stopping by and saying hi, because it's been a while, so it's good to see you.
Well, we need to have hangout for Rock so I can come in and say hi there.
I'm sorry, next week. Okay.
All right.
Right.
All right.
And just count on me to send you the link, Stace.
Okay, so
Thank you.
listen, so we're sitting back down now. If you're just tuning back in or if you've been tuning in, just to remind you, my name is Maria. We're here at the Fox 11 Los Angeles newsroom. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please subscribe to our channel. Like us on the bottom. Share the link and share this broadcast.
Share the love.
Once it's share the love. We love you. And we love Matt Atchity. Matt Atchity's back. One of the reasons why we haven't been hanging out is that Matt has been traveling.
Yes.
So you couldn't come join us, and so then we didn't have a hangout. Anyway.
So have we put a veto on future travel for Matt now?
We should. What's going on with don't be going to West Africa and then
That was in New York.
Well, New
That
York
was-
is listen. New York is a hub, as you know, of a lot of these
What's the
planes
matter?
that come
Am I
out
too
of.
dusty?
No, you
Yeah.
had hair on
Oh.
you. I should look up you guys. So anyway, so we're gonna talk movies. Matt, of course, I don't know if you have hung out with us before, but Matt Atchity is the big kahuna over there at RottenTomatoes.com, the premier website to check out reviews to see the very latest on not only movies but television, DVD releases, and programming as such. So let's start with the movies that are opening this weekend because there's actually quite a bunch that critics either like very much or love.
Yes.
Let's start with Mr. Brad Pitt and his new film that's coming out.
Fury. Now, I haven't seen Fury yet, but the critics mostly like it. It's certified fresh at 76%. It's something that it's a World War II movie. Brad Pitt heads up a tank crew. They get a new recruit played by Logan Lerman who gets stuck with his battle-hardened crew. They go on a mission behind enemy lines, and it's they're kind of like the last tank that's going to help coming up to a big battle. The critics like this a lot. They say that it's a very raw, gripping story, very unflinching about what happens in war, not far off from like Saving Private Ryan. The difference here is that sometimes they say that the violence gets to be a little too much. So the naysayers say that it's a little over the top with its depiction. And they worry that it's a little stylized. But most of the critics like it. It's directed by David Ayer, who gave us End of Watch a couple years back, which was one of my favorite movies of the last couple years.
Did he direct End of Watch? Because
He wrote and directed.
He wrote and directed.
He wrote and directed End of Watch. He wrote and directed
I
this.
love that movie.
Yeah, that's a hell of a movie.
That was a
That
good
was really good.
He wrote
Yeah.
Training Day.
Oh, okay, all right.
Nice.
But End of Watch, which I thought was robbed of any real critical.
Oh yeah.
I mean, in terms of awards,
still haven't seen
that
it.
was such a great movie.
End
you
of
should
Watch.
see it.
I'm looking at it. Look, it's there. My friends lent me it, but I haven't. I still haven't seen it.
Oh, Trev, you
Wait,
gotta
hold
watch
it
that
up,
movie.
hold it up, Trev. Let me see. Yes.
Oh, Trev.
Yeah, it's a good film.
So good.
Take the time to
Yeah.
watch it, man. Seriously, seriously took the time out to watch
Not a Valentine's Day movie.
Oversell it. I don't want to oversell it, but it is really a good slice view of what happens here in our city in Los Angeles.
Well,
It's a great movie.
it's a great movie. The
fantastic
other
movie.
thing that really sells it is the perform. I'll tell you who the breakout star of that is.
I
Michael
know,
Pena.
no doubt.
Michael
no
Pena
doubt.
and Jake Gyllenhaal have this chemistry in that movie where you feel like they really have been working together as partners for years. There's a real sense of brotherhood there, and as you realize how dangerous their job is by the end of the movie, you get, at least I did, and I think a lot of people got emotionally invested in these characters enough that you're worried about them, and you
Yeah.
get the slightest hint of what the spouses of cops must go through.
Yep.
It's a hell of a movie.
It's a hell of a movie. You need to watch it right now. No, actually, wait until we're done.
It should still be on Netflix.
Hell of a movie. Okay, so we digressed a little bit, but not really, because that is such a good movie. Let's move on to The Book of Life, which is Fox Searchlight's animated film that's opening this weekend. The Book of Life.
Yeah, so The Book of Life is a story about three kids that grow up together. Well, three kids that are friends as children, two boys and a girl. And the two boys are kind of rivals for the girl's affections. And she gets sent off to grow up in Spain. And the two boys grow up. One grows up to be a matador, and the other one grows up to be a soldier, Manolo and Joaquin. And she comes back from Spain, and they're still fighting for her. All this as they serve as kind of the avatars for these two spirits, these two Mexican spirits.
It's funny you should say Avatar.
Yeah.
Because
Who
Zoe
have a bet.
Saldana. Zoe Saldana's
Exactly.
in it.
They have a bet as to which one's going to get the girl.
That's awful. I don't like that.
It's the spirits are La Muerte and Zabalba, and they are.
I don't like that storyline.
They are the spirits of the afterlife, and so this is a story that centers around the Mexican Day of the Dead festival. This is a movie that is beautiful.
It is. Yes.
The character designs are kind of unlike anything you've ever
I did see
seen.
the trailer.
It's gorgeously animated. The story is a little frenetic, and some of the critics, where they complain about it, the ones that don't like it, this is a story about guys trying to get the girl, and it's
a classic,
kind of a classic, somewhat cliched story. But there's enough other fun stuff in there. And especially some of the fun stuff about kind of the traditional Mexican culture.
The Day of the Dead stuff.
The Day of the Dead stuff that makes this movie really fun. I really like this, and it's a great one for the kids. I'm worried that it's going to be off a lot of people's radar, but this is worth seeing. It's produced by Guillermo del Toro.
For the kids, really? Okay.
Yeah, because there's another...
It's rated PG.
It's rated PG, but Alexander's out. There's another animated film, I think, coming out next week.
Okay.
I think. Anyway, this is worth seeing.
Good. Okay, let's talk about Birdman because.
And there is the Birdman on the TV.
There's a bird on the TV. Have you guys heard about this new movie called Birdman? It stars powerhouse cast, really.
Yeah.
Michael Keaton, Zach Galifianakis, Edward Norton, Naomi Watts, Emma Stone.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, and already a lot of buzz for an Oscar, perhaps. Yeah, Oscar for Michael Keaton.
Yeah, Birdman is directed by Alejandro González Iñárritu, who directed Amores Perros and Beautiful and Babel. This is probably his best movie.
Oh, Babel, yes, that's right. That was with Brad Pitt and what's her name from Australia? She was
everybody. Yeah, there's a bunch of people in there.
Yeah. I know. You know who I'm talking about. She just won Blue Jasmine. She just won.
Yeah, she's not from Australia.
She's not from Australia? I thought she
from
was.
England.
She from England?
Anyway.
Oh, you know who I'm talking about? She was in Blue Jasmine. Why didn't I just look it up?
Why don't you look it up?
Okay. Anyway, continue. Yeah.
Birdman's this great movie. It's about a kind of washed-up actor who was famous for playing a superhero. Kate Blanchett, who's put on a Broadway play. He's trying to produce a Broadway play and star in it. And I don't want to tell you too much more. It's a somewhat stylized, dreamlike movie. Looks like you were right.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
It's amazing.
What did you say?
That you were right.
Is Michael Keaton the guy that used to play superhero then? Because that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
The first two.
Oh yeah,
Batman.
Batman.
Yeah. He was the best.
That's playing this, right?
But yes, he's playing a guy who used to be
Birdman.
Yeah.
He did Birdman 1, 2, and 3.
Although he's not a dude playing a dude pretending to be another dude.
No, thank God.
Only one guy can do that.
That would be so confusing. Who did that?
That's Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder.
That was awesome.
That line is
brilliant.
Appropriate anywhere.
Thing to do, yeah. Okay, so anyway, this movie looks really good.
It's great. It's great. The style of it gets a little over the top towards the end, but I don't want to tell you too much. Go see it. It's a great movie.
I know, because I just saw like helicopters getting blown up, so that must be in his mind. Yeah. I'm assuming.
I'm not telling you anything.
Okay.
Don't tell us anything.
Okay, here's a
He really pushed it, right? Like did he leverage his like playing Batman before and now really push it to that? There was few scenes of him naked in underwears, right?
Yeah.
Right. And that was like, wow, okay.
Not naked, yeah, in his underwear.
Keaton's great in this. He's
Uh-huh.
I mean, the whole
what
cast
isn't he in? He's so good. He's really
but
good.
This is a particularly good performance. Yeah.
Like Beetlejuice good. Like
there's more subtlety to it.
Deeper, yeah.
Beetlejuice is great though.
But I love it.
Beetlejuice is awesome.
Get back together and do a Beetlejuice sequel.
Really? That would be interesting to.
That would be very cool.
Yeah.
It's probably one of the. Well, I don't know if it's one of the most underrated, but it's very underrated for. I mean, he should be bigger than he is, shouldn't he? For his ability, he's almost Johnny Depp. He's not quite Johnny Depp, but do you know what I mean? He's that talented.
Oh,
Keaton's amazing.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
he's
completely
one of those
talented,
guys that
yeah.
I think, you know, he focused more on picking interesting work to do
Yes.
rather than like big leading man
A lot
stuff.
of I've read some interviews about him, and you know, he's been asked that question, like, where have you been? Why, you know, he just couldn't get the roles? No, he wanted to raise his son. There was a
Yeah.
time where
Really?
That's good.
Oh, that's very cool.
yeah, he told me that. You
No,
know,
that's
I
why-
wanted to hang out with my son. He's like,
That's why John Hughes left Hollywood.
yeah,
Yeah, because he was worried about what it was doing to his kids.
yeah.
So he left.
And I think Michael Keaton moved up to Montana, you know, worked on a ranch with his kid, and basically was a father, and just picked and chose, you know, certain roles that he felt fit into.
Apparently, that's what happened to Rick Astley as well.
Oh,
You know,
really?
Rick Astley, yeah. Because supposedly he was on track to becoming George Michael. You know, effectively George Michael, that big worldwide thing, and he gave it up
He wanted to spend time with his family. Good for him. Yeah.
I
love
so
that.
you can rip on him for never going to give you up, but I mean, that is a noble thing.
I like that song, dude.
I did too.
Didn't Tony Braxton do the same when she found out her child was autistic?
I think she did it. I think she did it when she got married.
I'm going to say I don't think Tony Braxton's career's suffered all that much, though. To be fair, if that's what she's done, because she's still like mega, you know, yeah.
Well, no, Tony Braxton filed for bankruptcy, if I remember correctly.
What? Really?
Well, to be fair on that, raising an autistic child is very, very expensive. It's like $1 million a year. Like, the only reason my family is making it is because my daughter has SSI and the different things to help, but it's like outrageously expensive.
Wow.
Wow.
But non-millionaires do it. Really, that.
Keep in mind about musicians.
We're digressing.
You know, as opposed to like actors, being famous and being a successful musician, success being record sales doesn't actually mean you're making much money, right? Like that. Historically, that whole industry is tilted towards arguably robbing musicians from what they should get. So
that's why when we have spoken to musicians, like even the guy from, I see the guy, but you know, from Kiss, what's his name? He's always here. Gene Simmons always talks about the business of it all and how you as a musician have to take control of your business immediately, like for yourself and the music. So yes, you're absolutely right about that. A lot of them, they don't make the money because it goes to everyone else.
Right.
Anyway, I have to get on the set. I'll be right back. We didn't talk about the stinker that's opening
well,
up.
I'll wait for you to come back.
Yeah, right there.
Yep, don't spoil it for Maria. She wants to know.
Have you talked about Gone Girl yet? Not yet, right?
I think I talked about that 2 weeks ago, right?
Oh, okay. All right.
Direct out today?
What about TV? What do you think of How to Get Away with Murder and
I haven't watched
The
that
Flash?
yet. I hear really good things about it. I haven't watched How to Get Away with Murder yet.
It's actually pretty good.
Yeah, I'm excited that The Newsroom is coming back to HBO.
Yes.
My favorite thing on TV right now is The Nick. Has anyone watched The Nick?
I've seen a few episodes. Yeah.
I think I watched first episode. Yeah.
Oh, stick with it. It pays off
Really?
really well. The last couple episodes have been riveting. That's my favorite thing on TV right now. It's basically a 10-hour Steven Soderbergh movie.
Okay.
He directed every episode of that. So
it's like 10 episodes and then the story's done? It's not like a series?
There will be a second season, but I don't know what story they're going to tell. But this one, yeah, who knows?
So this bunch close up at 10 episodes?
Maybe. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it feels different, right? I mean, the UK version, the UK TV shows, they stop at 1 or 2 or 3 seasons. That's it. But if it drags on, then I don't know. Man.
Yeah, it depends on the show. But yeah, it has to do with the way that the shows for the BBC, they get created as a 2 or 3 season show. So from the get-go, they know that they're going to be around for 3 seasons. So they write to that time period. And it has to do with the way that the BBC buys shows, because it's publicly funded. So they'll buy a show, they'll contract to do a show that's 3 seasons long. They may end up doing another 3 seasons, but it's not like it's because those shows are publicly funded that they can set them up that way. And it's similar to the way, somewhat similar to how HBO does stuff now, where HBO will buy a show for 2 or 3 seasons. But a show that has to be a broadcast show that has to be supported by commercials, they hope that they can continue the show, but you end up with a lot of series that go 7 or 8 seasons, and with a lot of American TV these days, in the last 7 or 8 years, I think it's fair to say that it takes about 2 years for a show to really find its feet. The first season of a sitcom or even a drama can be a little rough, but especially the American sitcoms. You look at Parks and Recreation, the American version of The Office. A lot of those shows, I think Selfie will fall under this. They don't really start to get sharp until probably 2nd or even 3rd season, when the writers really come together and know the characters, and the writers gel as a team. And partly because they're still trying to figure it out. You don't have one person.
What do you think of Marry Me or Gotham?
Gotham's not bad, actually. I think Gotham's pretty good. I think Gotham would be better if they weren't trying to jam in all of the Batman mythology into it. I think at its core, it's this interesting show about like the one honest cop in a department that is riddled with corruption. And point, I think it's pretty effective and pretty cool.
Yeah.
Hey Matt, did you see Dracula yet?
What was that?
Did you see Dracula?
I have not seen Dracula. I hear it's terrible.
Yeah, I saw it.
Oh.
Everybody didn't like it.
What was that?
Everybody didn't like it. I think I went to Rotten Tomatoes, and they said they didn't like it.
Yeah, it's 24% on the tomato meter. That's
no.
I was supposed to see it the Tuesday before it came out. I put one of the screeners, but I missed it. So.
Yeah, and I bought surprise tickets for my husband tonight on Fandango, so now I have regrets.
Well, have a couple of cocktails and laugh at it, and then it'll be too early for
cocktails.
No.
What? There's cocktails?
Oh, did you happen to see the trailer of Star Wars Rebels?
I've watched the first few episodes.
I've seen the first episode. It is really good.
Yeah, I like
it. Nice.
First episodes of what?
Star Wars Rebels.
Star Wars Rebels. Oh, okay.
I did not read that.
Oh, you didn't read it? Okay, we have a question from someone watching on our air, so I want to say hello to Charles. Charles, we haven't talked to you in a while. Charles says, John Wick is next week. Has been under the radar until recently. Is this because of Keanu Reeves having such not so good movies as of late? And have you seen it yet? If so, what is your impression? I like the trailers. I've seen the trailers. It looks good.
I haven't seen it. We have a few critics that have seen it. It's at 100% right now.
What?
That's only like 15 reviews. That's early reviews. But all right. I know someone who did see it and loved it and said it's great. So
this is the movie with Keanu Reeves,
yeah,
John Wick.
Yeah, crazy action movie.
Yeah.
I saw the trailer and I thought that this is actually a character made for Keanu Reeves.
Exactly.
That if it was somebody else, they'd have to put in an Oscar-winning performance to play John Wick. But if it's Keanu Reeves, he just has to be Keanu Reeves.
I think Keanu gets a bad rap because I think that Keanu.
I agree.
Here's my take on Keanu is that God love him, the dude will try anything, and he really stretches himself. And I feel like he may not have the range. There's a lot of actors that will try anything, and you're like, no big deal. Bradley Cooper's a guy like that. Like Bradley Cooper, you can drop into any role and he'll do fine. But Keanu sticks out because he's not always up to the task. You see him do Shakespeare, and you're like, what are you doing? But I like his ambition, and I think that when he's in the right role, he's amazing. And there are some roles, The Matrix, and people know this story, I'm sure. There's the story about how at one point Will Smith had been cast as Neo. He was the first choice, and he turned it down because he didn't understand the script. And he's since gone on and say that he would have screwed it up. And I think on a certain level he's right in that Will Smith would have done his wisecracking, kind of keep things at a distance, whereas Keanu does immerse himself in a role, and I think that there's not always roles that are written that match up with his talents. But I think that he can be really good in the right role.
Do you remember Devil's Advocate with Al
He's great in
Pacino?
Devil's Advocate.
Al Pacino, I
He was
love
great in that.
Yeah.
He was great in Point Break.
Yeah, Point Break.
Constantine
Point Break was great.
Constantine.
And he was also. I actually liked his version of Constantine.
Yeah.
That was a great film.
I liked The Replacements.
Right. That's the thing. Like, in the right role, he can be really good. And
Yeah.
I think he gets a bad rap for some of the weirder choices he makes.
But he's willing to take them. I give him credit for those.
You know, the other thing about Keanu Reeves is I feel like he's an actor somewhat similar to Nicolas Cage in that
Yes, good comparison.
They really
Yeah.
they do something.
Yeah.
You're seeing a certain amount of rawness from them. You're seeing like, you know, there's a lot of actors who kind of keep this distance, right? And you know, I think Clooney's like that at a certain level. Like they're always, and I think Clooney's a good actor, but there's different styles, and there's guys that are a little bit more almost analytical about it. Whereas with Keanu, like you see him, you know, like Nicolas Cage, you see a vulnerability there and kind of an honesty that I think that you don't necessarily see from other actors. And again, it doesn't always fit, and it can sometimes be hard to watch because it's sometimes too far out there. But I think Keanu's great, and I think we're going to look back decades from now, and Keanu's going to be one of the people that we remember as actors. There's a lot of guys that are interchangeable. You know, there's a lot of actors out there that you can pick up and drop in different roles, and you could swap people out, and you won't really know the difference. And I think Keanu is one of those people that's outside that category.
No, I agree with you. I think he's one of the more underrated ones.
Yeah, like when he's on, he's really on.
He always brings like a rawness that he brings to the role.
Yeah.
That makes you, that endears himself to us.
Yeah, but it's that rawness that really fits for the role of John Wick.
Right.
Right.
And that's it. And he brings that to it, at least from the trailer, in spades. So.
Before you go, I do want to talk about Gone Girl. So it's been out now for a couple weeks. So if you haven't seen it, I don't want to hear about it.
Who's seen Gone Girl?
Yeah. Who's seen Gone Girl? Oh, okay.
You seen it?
Kempton, yeah, I
Yeah,
saw
I've seen it. I saw it on screen.
Kempton and Jimmy said it. Okay, so we'll not try to spoil anything, but I am a big Ben Affleck fan in general. The movie I enjoyed, I would say most of the time, and then as it got towards the end, like many people, hated it.
Gone Girl, really?
Yes.
Well, I like that all the way through.
Yeah. No. I'm surprised.
I went to see it with a friend, and she hated it. Like, she didn't like it at all.
And I didn't even read the book. I'm just talking purely on a story level. It was believable. I totally got it. I was scared. I was terrified. I was on the edge of my seat with the suspense. And then, boom, that happened. You're like, what?
At what point? Well, don't say it.
Right. I don't want to say it.
Tell me.
But it's the point.
In his ears. We would know. For those who have seen the movie.
Okay, so this is a good lesson for me. You're a movie critic, so how can I say this without spoiling it? As a critic, I hated it right up until the point where and he stays with her. First of all, the reality of the movie just sucked after a while. It just wasn't believable anymore. There's no way he could have stayed with her. Up until that point, the rest was like wasn't buying any of it.
I would say it would be the moments of the movie that are after the climactic events of the movie and in what's called the denouement.
Wow! I learned something new.
Denouement.
The denouement.
Denouement.
Yeah. That's a French word.
Yeah, it's
something
the
of the
part.
word.
It's after the denouement is the best way I can describe it is it's
that pivotal.
So, in Lord of the Rings, this is an extremely long denouement, but in Lord of the Rings, it's kind of everything that happens after he destroys the ring. Like, that's the climax of that whole story. And then all of the rewards. The denouement of a movie is kind of when your character, your main character shows what he's learned and how he's changed.
Right.
Right. That's what has happened in the story that has changed that character and how that character is now different. That's kind of how the denouement works.
So it's
timeline standpoint. That's what you're talking about.
Well, to put it another way, it's a little bit more than an epilogue.
Yeah.
Well, at the denouement of Gone Girl, there's no
With a T,
way.
denouement.
Denouement.
I'll
At
write it
that
down.
point, I can, M-O-N-T, right?
Yeah.
Like Mont Blanc.
It's D-E-N-E-U.
Yeah, Mont.
E-U-E?
M-O-N-T.
We need to get a French friend around in.
At that point, there's no way that I would buy anyone in that movie
Right,
would
you-
allow the rest of the sequence of events to actually occur.
Oh, see,
Totally
I
unviable.
bought it.
Totally
I totally
unviable.
bought it.
There's no way.
I totally bought
There's
it.
no
But
way.
see, I found that movie to be, I found it consistent. See, I think you overlook how lurid it is to begin with.
Even yes, you're right. I
The whole
tried.
premise.
Yeah, the whole premise is very lurid.
Well, you could buy
mean,
it though. You could buy it.
It's David Fincher's Brian De Palma movie. I mean, this is, if you look at something like Femme Fatale or Snake Eyes or some of the crazier De Palma movies, Raising Cain, this is a movie, that script you could give to Brian De Palma unchanged, and you'd end up with a movie that's very similar. You know, kind of Hitchcockian, but really over the top and really lurid.
But see, I don't think it was really that over the top. The beginning part. I don't think so.
Oh, it totally
I
is.
didn't think so.
Oh, it absolutely.
No.
Yeah.
No, I disagree.
Well, that's okay.
That's okay.
So
We
another
agree.
movie leaves you unsatisfied.
Unsatisfied. Absolutely. And then after I left, I looked back on a lot of the moments that I overlooked, and I was just disappointed even more. I tell you, who was good in that movie was the sister.
Carrie Coon.
Good.
in,
Margaret.
Oh, the female lead was good too. I mean, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Rosamund
oh, no,
Pike is
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, she played that character to the
Carrie Coon
Yeah.
playing Affleck's twin sister, and they're like 14 years apart.
in real life.
In real life.
Yeah.
She is in The Leftovers.
Oh.
Have you seen The Leftovers?
No, but I've seen the
Yeah, she's in The
clips, yeah.
Leftovers.
Yeah, she was great. Like, she actually showed some range, whereas Ben didn't really.
Oh, he was great in that. Come on.
He was good. He did. He was Ben. He was Ben. He was Ben.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm harsh.
Well, go see Birdman.
I'm going to see Birdman. I would like
Sadly,
to. What's that?
so it's not about the cartoon character Harvey Birdman, just so we're all clear.
Oh man, so it's not a Condor Man remake.
What was that?
All right, that's what I just put in chat. Yeah.
A Condor Man remake.
Birdman, Attorney at Law.
Condor Man, please.
Oh,
Come on. Terrible.
I haven't seen that one, Condor Man.
Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law.
You know what was disappointing? What I saw was The Judge and Annabelle.
Oh yeah, the judge
It's weak.
It's not good.
Too bad.
Annabelle was
I
filmed
didn't have high
a
hopes
block
for that.
over from my house.
Yeah, Annabelle should have been good, but it's rotten. We
They
talked
filmed
about,
that a block from
we
my
talked
house.
about The Equalizer is excellent, which I think 61%.
Yeah, that's number one. That's the best movie out there.
I think The Equalizer should be at 80% at least.
All right.
Yeah.
Laggies, not bad.
No. You've got all the old school Equalizer fans trying to review it, and they all hating it because it's not like the old school show.
Mm-hmm.
So that's an effect. If you
I don't
take something and you base it on a much loved show, and it's nothing like the much loved show, then people are going to give it bad reviews.
I don't think that the reviews are really referencing the old show that much. I think it's more that the movie is. I mean, the movie's grim and kind of nihilistic, and I think that that's where people are coming down on it. Like, it's bad people doing bad things to each other. And
He's not a bad person, I don't think.
oh, he totally is. Come on.
Denzel?
Yeah.
No, he's
Come
not.
on.
No, he's not. He's getting rid of the bad Russians.
He only kills people. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I mean Denzel's too pretty to be bad.
Oh no.
Denzel's
He's a
character.
bad man.
No,
He
no.
is a bad,
No.
bad man.
No, no.
Denzel
That
is a
movie was
bad
awesome.
man. And you see him trying to be good, and he made a promise to his dead wife that he's going to be good, that he's not going to be the guy he used to be. And he
The
goes.
guy was paid to help keep our country safe. Russ, you have to unzip in the movie.
It's right here.
Oh.
In the movie.
I
Oh.
know it's right there, but I can't reach with
Yeah,
my
please
arms.
take her batteries out.
Oh boy.
She's got reserve.
So,
Another thing I noticed.
everyone is good hanging out with you guys. Laurent in France is waiting to join, so I'm going to jump out so he can jump in from the hospital. He wants to say hi to everyone. You guys have a good weekend. So let me get ready for him to join. And
That is
you guys.
That's a great movie.
It's a great movie, but I see where
I want to join before somebody else joins it, Captain.
People are coming down on
Yeah.
it. Very slow and patient start, which I appreciated because it went into the backstory. Like you got where he got to where he was.
No, I understand that. It's just it's very nihilistic. It's
And what else is not nihilistic?
Well, to be fair, Denzel can't seem to get away with playing a bad guy without a bunch of complaints. Like everyone has painted him in a good guy role, and he cannot leave from that role without complaints.
Oh, really? No, he was great.
Day. He was amazing in Training Day.
Flight.
great.
Yeah, he was great in Flight. He was a
No,
bad man on that movie.
The critics that don't, a lot of the critics that don't like the Equalizer, where they're coming down on it, is that again, like it's just too many bad people doing bad. Like it's a kind of an arguably.
He was doing good things. He was saving people.
It's like a modern day Game of Thrones.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Exactly.
It's a tough. I will say your head's gonna explode when I say this.
Oh no, Laurent.
That movie has a thematic tone to it that's not far off of Sin City is very extreme. Except for the one female character.
Hi guys.
Just mute the Frenchie because
Okay.
just Laurent.
I know. I was trying.
Sorry, Laurent. It's just there's a lot of feedback. It's have you got a headset? Or?
No, he doesn't. And I want to talk to you, Laurent. So stay right there. I've muted you, but stay right there, Laurent. But I agree with I agree with you to some degree, but I think I'm more with Ayub in that I think most of the critics is really
okay, but
I think they're comparing it to
they're
the
not.
original.
I've read most of the reviews. They're not. That's not where the negative reviews are calling this out.
Oh no! You see, if I was going to review it, I'd hate it because it's not as good as the TV show, but I wouldn't put that in the review. I'd find some other reason to hate it.
Oh,
Here's the thing, though, Ayub,
Ayub.
I was really glad that I actually got to interview the director.
Oh yeah, Antoine.
Antoine Fuqua, and pointed out that I caught that they did put the Jag in. And he's like, "Oh, you caught that?
What Jag?
The Jaguar.
Oh right.
The Jaguar from the old, like the Jaguar that Edward Woodward used to drive."
Wait a minute. Where? What part of the movie?
With the hose.
The
exhaust and the hose.
Oh, you're right, in the garage. Yep. Oh, I didn't realize that was the old Jag. Good eye. Good eye. Okay.
All
right, you gotta go. Bye-bye. Thank you for stopping by today.
Piece of chocolate, if that's all right.
Do you want one?
I would love one.
It's wrapped up, so it's good.
Oh, good.
There you go. It's all for you. A little bit of Hawaii.
You can send it to me by mail too, Maria, if the chocolate doesn't melt.
Gimme.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Matt. Later, Matt.
See you next week.
Bye.
I'm going to embarrass Maria because she always looks good, but she looks particularly awesome today.
Oh, you're so.
Yes, she does.
Thank you. It's the polka dots. I'm telling you.
I was going to comment about that, but I thought it's too obvious. I say it every time, so I'll leave it. Then.
I've opened the door. You guys can comment it on now.
No, but it's the polka dots. I've done my own.
Unless, of course, Steve Mason grabbed a set of whiteout and polka dot. Maria's dress.
Maria should do like the full-on pinup girl look one day.
Oh, I've done that. You've missed it. No, the polka dots, my unscientific research that I did one time, and I did it with my young son at the time. I did it at different stages on his age, and I gathered all his friends, and I would put up 2 different dresses, and I would say, okay, which one should I wear, this one or this one? Very similar, just that one was polka dot and one was not. They would always, 9 out of 10, pick the polka dots. Isn't that funny?
Wonder why? Do you know why? Did you look into it?
They just thought it was cuter and it was more fun, but it's just the polka dots. It invokes a certain kind of, I don't know.
Right.
Like it's fun or something. Someone should do a scientific study on it one day.
They probably have. There's scientific studies for absolutely everything, so they probably have. Right.
That's true. Yeah. Okay, so listen, if you're watching on air, thanks so much for joining us. I don't have any other celebrities today because apparently they're all on satellite. So we had Martin Short, we had Aretha Franklin, they were all on satellite today. So we didn't have any here in the studio. So I apologize about that. But we will have another hangout next week, and we will see you then. So look out on my stream, Maria Quiban or Fox 11 Los Angeles, and I'll let you know who the guests are coming up on our next hangout. So thanks for joining us. Bye, everybody. Bye, YouTube.
Bye, YouTuber.
Bye.